What up, everybody? I'm Dion. That's Tariq, one half a hoodie and the headband. We're here to give you a preview of Butler and St. John's. St. John's is personally one of my favorite teams in the country. Slick Rick, as I like to call him, break the white suit out. That's my dog. Simple as that. It's good to see him back in the spotlight. Never really a doubt, by the way, in my head. There was never a concern that he was going to get back to this point. Over the course of the season, going into this game, like what do you think St. John's has done to establish themselves in the position they're in? I mean, they're a 2 seed that could wind up being a 1 seed come tournament time, depending on how they do in this tournament. And one thing that I'm a little concerned about is fatigue. Is there any aspect of you that thinks like an early exit in this tournament would actually benefit St. John's?
Honestly, yes. I think a lot of people were asking like the game that they were playing against Marquette, like would St. John's take that game as seriously as Marquette would? Like Marquette needed that win way more than St. John's did. And St. John's actually played one of the best games of the season. Between them and Marquette, went to overtime, which takes a toll. I think the bye helps them, but at the same time, like they play their schedule. I want to say it was like Saturday, Thursday, Saturday. So um it's hard to like really pretend like this couple days off was like a real break. And then for the men's side, like the break between your championship game and selection Sunday and then the start of the tournament isn't really that long because you're going to be traveling at some point. So, um, if they were to lose like semifinals, I don't think they are too hurt. I think they won the regular season title. I think that is an accomplishment in itself. But I think with Rick Pitino at the helm, and RJ Lewis, I don't think they're looking to not win. I think they're still going to look to take it all the way to the tournament or to the end of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
For them, I just think their defense, their relentlessness on the defensive end, and then just finding ways to make plays on offense. They're not like the prettiest offensive team. Obviously, RJ Lewis is one of the best players in the country. Um, he had 25 and 11, or sorry, 28 and 11 against Marquette the last game out. So you know what you're getting from him on a nightly basis. You got Kadari Richmond that gave you a triple double in the last game out against Marquette. So if you're Butler, you're looking like, damn, like I don't know who we're gonna stop. Like Zuby Ejiofor gave him 17, like Simeon Wisher gave him 13. Like they don't have like the most natural of offensive players, but they all know how to score, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Like
Yeah.
you look down the stat sheet and it's like 12, 8, 10, 11. It's just steady. And then you have RJ Lewis. It's like we don't have an answer for that guy. And I don't think we have an answer for the other guys either. So good luck because then you still have to score on them. That's the
Right.
that's the most difficult part, I assume, for Butler's like to be able to score on St. John's
Right.
in New York. Like this is a tall task for a team that just I wouldn't say struggled, but just got past Providence in a very close game. Um, I think St. John's comes out and like we said, like fatigue could be a factor. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe they come out and try to end this game early and they don't have to play their starters 35, 36, 37 minutes. And they can use this game to be like one of those games where like, all right, we got in, we got out. Like, can we play our bench a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
and get our stars or get our big guys some rest?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mentioned this on the recap as a bit of a teaser for the Butler game. I do think that if there was ever a moment to get St. John's, it's tomorrow. It's in this tournament in general, right? But it's specifically tomorrow. I think this is a team. I feel this way about Auburn as well. Most specifically, those two teams. I think if they lost early in their tournaments, it'll only make me like their chances in March Madness more. I think these are two teams that play. I mean, they've been through a lot this season, very high intensity games. Every St. John's Rick Pitino game is high intensity. um, so I just feel like there's a world where if they got out of here early, it doesn't bother me. Um, I'm not saying Butler struggled with Providence much, like you said. I don't necessarily feel like they did, but I do think Pierre Brooks was phenomenal, and they still only squeaked a game out, right? So
Yeah.
against a far less talented team. So
Yeah.
what can Butler do to kind of improve their odds? Because I think if they play the same game against St. John's that they played against Providence, with all due respect, I think they get blown out.
Yeah. You definitely need Jamil Telford to be a little bit better. He wasn't bad today, but if you could get 20 from both of them from both Brooks and Telford, you feel a little bit better. McCaffrey has the capabilities of making a couple threes and turning the game around. The guy that I look at though, like as an X factor, is Finley Bizjack. He's had some games over the past couple of months where he's like hold on, who this guy like really this guy really like he's at 19, he's at 16, he's at 16. Like he's had a good stretch of games from about January, end of January on, where he scored in double figures multiple times, almost every game since then. I think only two games, not including today. He hasn't scored in double figures. So if they can get him confident in feeling himself, pause, uh, they can get him confident in feeling good against a St. John's team. They definitely have a chance to win. But it just playing against that defense, St. John's only gives up 66 points a game. So um, it's going to come down to shot making for St. John's as well. Like, are you going to be able to stop St. John's from making enough shots to stay in the game long enough to where, because a lot of times what it is like the the team that is the lower seed or the team that has the less chance of winning, they have to stay in it or hold a lead for a little bit. And then once the end of the game gets there, they're so confident that it's like one of those shots that normally wouldn't fall. So it's like, all right, we're up one or they're up one. All we got to do is get a stop and we'll get the ball back. And then they hit a three. With like 40 seconds left, and you're like, damn, did we just lose to Butler? Like, that's something that could happen. I'm not gonna bet on it, but that's typically how those games go when you lose to a team that you shouldn't lose to in this time of year.
Well, speaking of bet on it, the Ken Palm line for this game is St. John's winning 80 to 67. So we're going to use the 13-point spread. Would you bet on Butler covering 13 points?
Sure, why not? I'm not really a betting man, so I'll put like 25 cents on it.
I think that's a good bet. As a betting man, well, actually, if I'm saying it's a good bet, people are going to tell you it's a bad one just for what it's worth. Yeah. But anyway, as a betting man, I like that bet. I think what I firmly believe in tournament time is the team that played the day before coming out quick. So I think 13 points is so many points that if Butler is able to come out quick against St. John's, that's a really tough avenue to get up to. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that St. John's will lose this game. I do think it's possible that they could get got. It's possible anybody could get got, but I would circle St. John's as having a larger chance than other one seeds. But I do believe St. John's will win this game by 14 points, though. I don't personally see it, especially with Butler having played today. But to tap in with us tomorrow night for a full recap, we're turning these things out quick all over the channel. Previews and recaps are going up daily. JK is doing a great job. G, Cart, Riley, Tariq, Bryce, Ralph. I'm also doing an average job. Everyone else is doing really good, but I'm doing an average job myself. No, I'm just playing. Everybody's doing phenomenal. It's a really special time for us in the channel. So please like, comment, and subscribe.